Hi, I'm Declan from Retro Pub Signs, and I like to bring history to life. Our company is called Retro Pub Signs. We supply all sorts of items from the past for pubs and restaurants, people that want to create displays. This is a menu board, the first thing we see along the street here. It's a menu board made from whiskey barrels. So these are whiskey staves, the timber from the oak barrels, and we create a blackboard. It has a surface that you can write with liquid chalk, etc. on, so Jamie can write his message to the public. Okay? So we have the next thing we have is our display window. This one is dedicated to the history of this pub. This pub has been here since 1849, and believe it or not, from where I'm standing to the main guards down there was 20 licensed premises. No, sorry, between here and the West Gate there was 20 licensed premises. So basically, Guinness made product. They sold it in two ways to the public, to publicans in barrels, or to brewing, or to bottling houses. So the individual pubs could bottle their own, and they would put their own labels on the product. As you can see here, there's a label from Margaret Prendergast, 70 Irishtown, Clonmel. So Guinnesses would provide the labels, and they would bottle the stuff in the Guinness in-house. This is an original corker to cork the actual bottles. They used real corks before the 1960s, and this machine put the cork into the bottles. Some other nice little memorabilia bits. We have Guinness bottles with Prendergast label on it.
This is very interesting.
Thank you very much. This is Jamie's next door neighbour, and we're doing a little piece for.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! No, I'm not God. Okay.
Christina Martin.
Christina Martin has been a neighbour of the 19th hole for a number of years.
Yes, I've heard it all.
And she's heard and seen it all, and she's
I was doing a jig last night in the kitchen.
and she's looking forward to getting back inside again. Thank you very much.
You're
I'll
very
see you
welcome.
inside later, okay?
You won't actually
Will I
tonight.
not?
I'm going party.
Okay.
That's so lovely.
Thank you. Well, you know, that's my job. I create all these bits I make and stuff.
Do you?
Did you see my latest little bit up
Oh,
here?
God.
No, it's all right. One put away. I hate to see cigarette butts on the street.
Oh, yeah.
So we took a whiskey barrel, we stuck it to the wall, put some sand in there, and that's where you deposit everything. So now we're going to do a little display of old-fashioned cigarette labels and stuff like that.
And a big thumb
Yes,
pointing.
put it here. The barrel is closing for a good reason, because the gate has to open, so it has to be practical.
You've thought of everything.
Well, we like to.
You've thought of everything.
Okay.
And that's the best use I
And
can
it's
think
screwed.
of. For all.
So
They were going to take it home as a sick bucket.
you cannot take it home.
I'm not far off.
No, you're not. Okay. Well, a 78 was called a 78 because it revolved around the turntable 78 times a minute.
There you go.
Now-
Revolutions.
Yes. And the little pens and styluses, there's an original one stuck to that. But there's the gramophone, his master's voice. Now, the dog on the front of his master's voice, as you can see here, on the storyboard here, we found out the dog's name was Nipper. So the story of Nipper is on that board, right? And the story of when the music started and stuff like that. And we've got some old radios and we have them lit up and stuff like that.
There's one thing no one's thought of.
What?
The condensation.
Yes, we are going to address that this week.
Is it possible to address
Not really. All you can do is put something inside to help absorb the moisture. And believe it or not, cat litter works for that. You know, the cat litter absorbent stuff, that actually works. So there'll be a big bag of it hiding behind that display board next week.
that? Because all that work
Yes,
should be
yes.
seen.
Yes.
Should
What do you think of our
I like it
music
all.
notes and stuff? My right-hand man at work is a talented musician. So the music might mean something to him, but not to me.
Well, between the music and the golf.
Yes. Oh, I have a lovely storyboard with golf inside as well. Have a look over the door as well. See that you're here. Over the door, my dear. That's when the first license was issued here, as far as my research can show me. And that's on the 20th of May 1849. There's been quite a few people been landlords since. notably Charles Bianconi. So we have a Charles Bianconi wall
I bet my
inside.
granddad was in this, ringing up the
Probably
Guinness bell.
was.
Definitely was.
Well, it's lovely to meet one of the neighbours. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Sorry
Okay.
about the early.
No, that's lovely. Take care, my dear. We like to have a bit of humorous content in everything we do, even from the welcome sign. And the lovely Laurel and Hardy. Two very, very nice characters. That's another fine pub you've got me into. They're saying used to be that's another fine mess you got me into, but this is not as far from a mess. Welcome, come on in. So, here we are at the interior of the 19th. We call this the Bianconi corner down here. We have a lot of items in relation to Charles Bianconi, his empire that started in Clonmel. Everything from, here we have a picture of the cart going probably out to Clare, or a band as it was called. But the people that went on this were normally fairly poor, and as you can see, there's no heating in this vehicle. So if you had money, the poor people normally lit a fire and wrapped up stones in rags to try and stay warm. But if you had a few pounds, you could buy a copper hot water bottle and take it with you on your travels. They say you got one of those free when you bought a Model T4 back in the day, because there was no heating in that either. This is the Bianconi Empire, I suppose, in its heyday. They covered nearly 4,000 miles a day. That's a lot of travelling. 1,300 horses. They went from Cahersabeen to Donegal, you name it, they were there. The Bianconi Empire in the 19th. Down here we have two other very interesting pieces. Most people will recognise this as the boot factory, they call it, or the shoe factory, now the Dole office. This was Thomas Murphy's in 1789. They were famous for making quality ale, and one of the boasts they had at the day was to say they imported grain for making their ale in this building from as far away as the Horse and Jock. Now, that's a fair bit away if you're bringing it by horse and cart. The other thing about Thomas Murphy is they actually made ale in there, they put it on barges on the river shore here, down to Waterford, and they supplied the British Army. All from Clonmel. They covered an extensive piece of ground here. They had their own forge, they had their own carpentry shop, woodwork, every type of shop going. Everything was made in-house in Murphy's in Clonmel. The next item we have along the way here is a map from 1906. It looks very busy, a lot happening. The line on this map is a railway line from 1906. And as you can see, drivers the 19th hole are located here in Clonmel. So that's the story. I'm here in Drivers Bar Bistro Music House, warm, comfortable, friendly establishment which reopened on St. Patrick's Day. It first opened in 1849, and they've had lots of interesting people living here. There's nice displays around here. This display is about clay pipes in Ireland, and going back in the 1900s, both men and women both smoked, and this is the story of the manufacture of the clay pipes in Ireland. And this is a little booklet type thing that I wrote about clay pipes in Ireland. Normally what happened if you had a funeral, you would buy a pound of tobacco, a gross of clay pipes, a barrel of Guinness, and your whiskey, of course. The pipes would be filled with the tobacco. Tobacco was very, very expensive, so they filled the pipes with tobacco. They dipped the stems of the pipes into the whiskey, and they handed out the entrees for everybody to smoke. So people were handed the thing, so that when they put the pipe into their mouth, the first taste they got was the whiskey, not the cheap tobacco that they were given at the funeral. So there's a nice little story about that. The next little item we have is just an old overmantle, and we thought it fitted in quite well in here. So we just took Jamie's drivers on it and the 19th hole. The next item, because this house has been associated with golf all this time, we got a lovely pair of drivers, because Jamie is driver. It's a pair of old wooden drivers, and this plaque has the story of golf balls and how they were made from the very beginning to the present day. So, and the little shadow box of golfing items. So that's our golfing corner, or golfing display. I suppose next to the fireplace, which is not fully completed yet, we have lots of little items to finish it off with. We have a nice old-fashioned bedpan there that you open up, put coals into it and put them into your bed to warm it up. There's an old oak bellows up there, and we'll be adding more stuff to this next week. Other little bits that were added, like the toilet signs and stuff, just to bring a bit of whatever history back into it. We have two other little things to show you here. No establishment is complete without its own speciality. Here at Drivers, we have Jamie's own brand whisky, which is an award-winning Irish whisky. It has numerous awards, including Gloss Nahairn Award for 2015 and 16, C2C European Whisky Award for 2016, and this whisky has been specially blended by St. Patrick's in Cork. So this is Jamie's own blend Irish whisky, which he's going to use in his cocktails, etc. It's a beautiful drink, set in a collage of old traditional whisky labels set in an oak frame, made from whisky staves. So that's Jamie's Irish whisky, available from St. Patrick's Distillery, to be enjoyed anywhere around the world. And as we say, life happens, coffee helps.
If your cattle boil over, what would I do? Well, I fell in again. What would you do with a cow and a clover? What would I do? Well, I'd settle again. The pigs, they're dug and the herons are roasting. Kitty lie over close to the wall. Get to be drunk and me to be sober. Kitty lie over close to the wall. If you married a soldier, what would I do? Well, I'd follow his gun. What would you do if he died in the ocean? What would I do? Well, I'd marry again. The places are dug and the herons are roasting. Kitty lie over close by the wall. How would you like to marry a soldier? Kitty lie over close by the wall. And the herons are roasting. Kitty lie over close to the wall. How would you like to marry a soldier? Kitty lie over close to the wall. The breakers are dug and the herons are roasting. Kitty lie over close to the wall. How would you like to marry a soldier? Kitty lie over close to the wall. What would I do? I do that for the fun. What did you do if he threatened eviction? What would I do? And I give him the toilet.